from the early church, they were physically capturing Christians, crucifying them upside down and throwing them into snake pits. And we don't see that happening today. But he's snatching us another way. He's snatching us mentally, snatching us emotionally, snatching us with pressure, snatching us with stress. And we are dying. We are being crucified while people look right at us and they cannot see the nails. Have you ever been tortured right in front of people and they didn't even know it? Nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows but Jesus. That's the loneliness. Shh, nobody knows. Secret warfare. Paul said, I'm not coming. I'm not coming. I'm gonna write you a letter, but I'm not coming. Because this time I am pressed above measure and beyond strength. Do you know how much courage it took for him as an apostle to tell you the apostle is suicidal? The apostle doesn't want to live. 7 pastors that I know of committed suicide last year. See, it's hard to be everybody's hero all the time. You might not be a pastor, but in your family, in your life, amongst your kids, amongst your friends, you are the one that everybody looks to fix everything, never thinking for one moment that your hero is human, that your hero, I'm preaching to somebody, I don't know, pray with me a minute, that your hero, are there any human heroes in here? Is there anybody in here that gets sick and tired of always being on duty? I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. The man that we call Legion in the Bible, who was cutting himself in the tomb, whatever demonic influence was attacking him, it was so strong, but I respect the man. I know he cut himself. I know he stripped himself naked. I know he dwelt amongst dead people. I know he was kind of weird and kind of freaky, but I respect him because when Jesus cast the demons out and it went into a herd of swine, a whole herd couldn't handle what this man was dealing with on the inside. The entire herd ran into the water and killed himself. At least he was still here. He was under pressure, but he was still here. He had stripped himself naked, but he was still. Touch somebody and say, I'm still here. Pressure comes when there is no release. When things have more ways to get in than they have ways to get out, it creates pressure. When you got more coming at you than you got more coming from you, it creates pressure. When you are feeding more than people are feeding you, it creates pressure. Oh, I'm gonna bring it right where you can get it. All you gotta do to create pressure is to block my ability to release what you're putting on me, and over time, I will build up pressure. Look at how many people you got looking to you, and then count how many you got given to you. How many people are giving as much as they are taking? And you are up under pressure. And then there is the pressure that comes from the guilt of being under pressure. The guilt of being inadequate, of not being enough for all you took on. The guilt from being tired. The guilt from being empty. The guilt of being beyond strength. In the original language, it is ek dunamis, out of power. I don't have no more. So when you are a giver, after you have given, there is a depletion that is inherent in being a giver, that you have to absorb the collateral damage of always being available to other people. Can I drop some real stuff on you this morning? So the more opulent, effusive, effective somebody is, the more empty they become. See? My Jeep, it's just full of gas right now. My Jeep is full of gas right now. You know why it's full? Nobody drove it this week. The more you drive it, the emptier it gets. If you've been drove hard, you're empty. And the problem with you is, you know how to work better than you know how to cry for help. And you can literally burn up around people who love you. It's not that they don't love you, but they would never imagine that the apostle could be tired. Not mama. Mama could, that's just how mama is. Mama just like, you know how mama is. She just, see, when you're good at whatever you do, one of the ways you know you're good is when people take you for granted. David said, no man cared for my soul. They care for my talent. They care for my money. They care for my work ethic or whatever it is people care for you for. But do you care for my soul? Carest thou not that we perish? Carest thou not sending you all these hearts and kisses and writing your notes and writing on your fan page and following you? Carest thou not? I'm speaking for somebody who is secretly suffering and wondering, does anybody care?